All right. Good morning and what's up, man? Welcome once more to the Process Leadership Academy Day 2. Whew. Fam, I am so pumped. I am so excited. Just like I have so much energy in me this morning, right now, and I want to share that journey with you, or with the team, with whatever we're trying to do, with Leadership Academy. Today, check out this beautiful wallpaper from Microsoft Bing. Man, I always be telling you, I think this is some of the most legit wallpapers. It's such a beautiful place. I would love to go to such a place in my life. And every day they throw me something new, right? Always very beautiful. All right, so let's go. Today I want to just jump right in and like explain my thinking. I decided to start making this leadership academy on my. I have another dashboard on Notion. One day I'm gonna show you my whole Notion setup. I think Notion came and saved my life in ways I was not anticipating. Yesterday I found that the text was pretty small, so I thought today I might just go full screen and we might just get to talk about it. So today is day 2, and yeah, we're thinking about it, right? So the richest man in Babylon, man. Yesterday I read this book again. Like, I've read this book, I think, in my life now. Should be the fourth time, but this time something transformative happened in my life, and I'm going to just tell you this story about the influences that I've gotten from this book. Such a fantastic thing. I just got this image of Amazon, and I put it in so that we might have context, we might make it pretty as we start talking. I had wanted to make a real review before I sit down and start doing this leadership academy, but I've just had all these thoughts from my morning pages from my journal, and I figured, bruh, it's just I really want to get into it, and it would take me forever to chisel down what I really think. So let's just get into it, and let's walk through this thing together. Now, why did I read The Richest Man in Babylon? Again, I read this book pretty early in my life, and it was fun. It was a fun read, and then I read it again when I started being a freelance photographer back in like 6 7 years ago, and I was trying to like improve my finances, and so I read it because it was recommended by someone. I think Jim Rohn, I guess, is the one who recommended it again. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's the reason I went back to read this book, because Jim Rohn, in his book, the one I reviewed yesterday, seven strategies for wealth and happiness, he says if you want to be rich and successful when you're a teenager, go read The Richest Man in Babylon. You'll be rich and successful by 30. You'll be a millionaire. Right. And I just thought, hey, let me give it another go and see what comes up. And a lot of things came up, bro. A lot of hurtful things, a lot of pains uh, came up, and I'm gonna walk through this and hopefully take you through the journey. Right. So, right. So I have. I don't know. I didn't know how I'm trying to approach this today in this review in this leadership academy. So I thought, man, I'm just gonna share some notes from the book. These are actually I emailed myself highlights, direct quotes from the book, then imported them into Notion, and then I also have notes from my journal. But there are pretty many, so we'll be scanning and looking for something that is interesting, and then I can say something about it, and the rest of it will just be seeing as I scan through, just because of time. I can't. I found I really highlighted a lot, and I haven't even finished. I just finished. I reread yesterday. I thought I would do the whole book in a few hours, but I ended up not finishing. And when I got back to the house, I couldn't finish reading the book. I was so sad, I was so tired, so I slept. I have about like 60 pages, which I'll be done this morning later on. So that's that. So notes from the book. Let's look at some notes from this book. These are just some highlights from my iBooks app. By the way, I really started reading books digitally, and I love a digital workflow. Like like I get the idea of a physical book, and I think I would also want to just have all these books in physical formats for my kids and for my posterity. But I love digital formats because, like I said yesterday, I have a digital workflow, and I would love to like have all these highlights. All right, so yeah, yeah. So this is one of the biggest ideas that I think yesterday just blew my mind, and maybe yeah. I found the road to wealth when I decided a part of all I earned was mine to keep. There's a few things that I really wanna control shift H. A few things that I want to really like stress that has transformed how I think about it. Okay, every gold piece you save is a slave to work for you. Every copper it earns is its child that can work for you. This is also very powerful and something that I've thought about and just thought, whoa, bruh. Okay, you become wealthy when then you must save what you save must earn, and its children must earn. That all may help to give you the abundance you crave. And when we talk about this, I'm going to highlight some of my pain points. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. It should not be less than a tenth, no matter how little you earn. It can be more as you can afford. Pay yourself first, man. So, all right, advice is one thing that is freely given, but watch that you only take what's worth having. Remember, you do eat the children of your saving. Then how do you expect them to work for you? Get thee an army of golden slaves, and then many richer banquet may you enjoy without. Uh, maybe I never finished that one. Without regrets. Fortune only in that I had desire to prosper before I first met him. Opportunity is a haughty goddess who wastes no time with those who are unprepared. Another reason why we need to be prepared. If I set for myself a task, be it ever so trifling, I shall see it through. How else shall I have confidence in myself to do important? This was also important to me. I thought of the one of the reasons when I set a task for myself, I complete it. This also made a lot of impacts in my life. Also, just because when reading through the 7 strategies of wealth and happiness, just the fact that rich, successful people finish what they say they're going to do, and they do whatever they say they're going to do. And I just started finding patterns in my life of when I start things and I don't finish. For example, me saying I'm going to start a leadership academy and not following through. Like if I set myself that task and I don't see it through, how can I have confidence in myself that I shall even see it through this new savings plan? And this is a pain that has come up in my life, and I'm going to address it. Mm, right. Um, Man, I have so many, but this part is so important. This first part so important. So let's talk about that, and let's just jump into some notes from my yeah. So pay yourself first came with a whole new meaning. So even this morning I've been thinking to myself how, man, I've read this concept over and over, but it has never made so much sense like it just did yesterday. And let me explain. So I once read this concept in those Rich Dad Poor Dad series, and Rich Dad said pay yourself first. Then Jim Rohn said it, and also in this book, The Richest Man in Babylon said it too. But they framed it in The Richest Man in Babylon in a way that made more sense to me in a personal finance thing, such that I have been so mind blown. He said, a part of your income is yours to keep. Keep! Think about that. That if you earn any coin, a part of that money is fully yours to keep. You deserve it. It needs to be called your name. It is like your child. Every tenth of your income is your little baby, and we don't throw away our babies. It started to make so much sense to me, this one idea that this baby needs to be protected against everything, against my rising needs, against inflation, against the government, against even my wife's problems, my children's problems, my parents' problems. This money is not for needs. This money has my name written all over it. It is a piece of my life. It is supposed to be kept. This mental picture of a gold coin with your name on it. A gold coin with your name on it. I wonder if there's anything like that in right. So nice. Um, for example, let's assume it's like, I don't know, it's whatever. Like let's just pick anyone. Which one looks pretty? This looks pretty. Right. So this is how I'm thinking about this entire thing. Every coin that you earn, a tenth of it looks exactly like this. It has your name on it, and that's the mental image that I have in my head. The mental image I have in my head, it has my name let me use my mouse on the side here, called Jones. Golden baby. I thought of saying golden slave, but in my mind I was like, yeah, golden baby makes more sense to me, because now how am I going to throw away my golden baby, right? Yeah, just my golden baby. This is my golden baby, and has your name on it. And so it is so special. It is so special. It is the most special, most important thing in your life, man. And so this tenth of your income is yours to keep. In the past, and I think I thought I wrote about that. I write a lot. When I read The Rich Dad Poor Dad over 13 years ago, I thought it meant pay yourself first, in the sense that start by taking your cut. By now, that concept of the 10% is supposed to be kept has come back alive with new meaning. I think it also makes a lot of sense, because I've also been able to do this one before. This is not the first time I've had with this idea, and this is not the first time I'm putting it in action, but this time it is alive. Let me so then let me just read this statement, and then I'm going to talk about it. So I remember mom telling me a concept about saving, that she just can't touch that money because, well, she doesn't have it. That is not money that is available. And I often wondered, how can you think that way about cash you have in the bank? Then I realized that if you looked at this money as something totally different, like if you stopped seeing this as money and you started looking at it as golden slaves, as golden children, then you will not give it away no matter what. But this is a real story. I remember my mom's, we were talking about saving a while back. She got me on saving. My mom, she screams and just talks over your ear about saving. And she's telling me why I need to save, and I was telling her I have so many needs. And then it's like, she's telling me, like, that is money I do not have. When I'm asking her, why can't you do this with your money? Like, no, I don't have that money. Like, that is not my money. I don't have it. I'm broke. I'm poor right now. I don't have money. I set money for this, and when I set it aside, like, I do not have that money. Me, I'm now broke. And even she was saying that about even things like giving. Like, she would plan to give on Sunday on church, and she's never given less than say, I don't know, like 500 shillings, I think. She never gives less than that amount of money. And she starts freaking out on Tuesday when she's starting to get broke and she doesn't have money for offering. And she always puts that aside, and she just doesn't have that money. Like, she could be hungry, like work and suffer, but that money is not available. And so that this thing where I'm saying, I often wonder, how can you think that way about cash you have in the bank? Like me, when I have money in my account, like how can you tell me I don't have cash? When I have problems, how can you tell me I don't have money? But right now, it's starting to make sense to me when you stop seeing money as money, to solve your problems, and you have this mental picture of a baby, it changes everything. So I'm thinking of this mental picture right now, where if I had more kids, I would not wager them for a piece of bread. We'd just all suffer. In fact, I need to work so hard that I can work for them. So you see this point, that even them deserve to be taken care of, and I cannot use them to get the bread. I need to find other ways to get coins that I may be able to affect their lives. So I was thinking about this mental picture where like I have a bunch of kids in my home, like 10 kids or something, and we are hungry and we don't have food. As a good parent, I would not pick one of my children and go wager them at the shop, tell the shopkeeper, keep this one, give me a piece of bread so that my other kids could eat. Like, I would not do that in my right mind. I would do anything else. I would give up like land, I would give up everything else, but I would not give up my children. And it's just so interesting, like, if I can think that way about living and breathing children, why can't I think that way about money? And this is why I'm saying this new concept in The Richest Man in Babylon has really revolutionized my thinking, and it's so powerful. It begins to be one of the things that I'm going to start implementing immediately. All right, so uh the lesson there is my reminded that just personal development, working on financial independence is a daily thing. Um, so this is a pain point of mine. So let me talk about this. This is a legit pain point of mine. So this morning and yesterday evening, I regretted that I stopped doing the 70% income thing. We started so well, we were on a path of financial independence, but somewhere along the way, gave into the pressure of everyday life. And also, there were things I was supposed to do, but I never did. So now I feel like I'm starting from scratch all over again. I had a small fortune that I could have used to change my life, and yet here I am today. Man, let me tell you, needs keep arising. They don't care about my plans and my wishes. So about when my wife and I, a story time. Let me make it interesting. Each one. Uh, Story time. So when my wife and I got married, I had read The Richest Man in Babylon, and my mom actually, she one who advised me. We had a conversation. It was like, okay, fine. So you're a creative, and you know, also been a photographer. Like, you make all this type of random money. How do you think you're going to survive? The time I was like, come on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna do it. So he told me one of the things you could start doing, you can commit to only use 70% of your income. This is a lesson that I had from Jim Rohn yesterday in the book The Seven Strategies for Wealth and Happiness, and in the financial independence part, when he talked about the 70%, it was so real to me because I have had this advice and I've even implemented it. Right, so you should try and put the 70% aside and live on 70%. This he told me, oh, so where does this 30% go? So 10% is tithe, because you always tithe and you always give God what's God's. And I had learned, so I've been trained to tithe ever since I was a young boy. And for there's a season in my life that I never tithed, and I was very, very broke. And then when I started tithing again, I started making money. So I gave up 10%. So the second 10% told me you're going to save in two ways. So the second 10% is going to be your storehouse, and you're going to save this money. So it's like a barn, and you're going to create this barn where you're going to put 10% of every single coin that comes into your life, and another, so that would be for savings, and another one would be you're building a kitty for investment money. So if you save 500 shillings every single month, in a year, you're probably going to have like 6,000 bob. and that is going to go into that kitty, and that money is only for doing a project. And she would tell me so many stories. She had so many stories of her saving. She saved so much money to buy her first oven, so that she could bake a bunch of donuts. She saved money so that she could go to Dubai and start her business, her clothing merchandise. She just told me so many stories, and I bought it. So immediately when me and my wife got married, I before we got married, I told her what we could do about our financial plans. And she was like, "Yeah, she's good, she's down, so let's do it." Immediately got married. First thing we did, first order of business, in the first day, the next day. So we got married on Saturday. On Sunday morning, we put some money aside. We got some gifts on our wedding day and also got some cash gifts. Took some of that cash gift, put it aside, calculated all of it, and put aside 30%, and 10% was tithe. Another 10% was um um so two 10%. One was for our savings, and another one was for our investment. And we started doing that. So the last 10%, we started eating a lot. Life was tough. Like 4 months later on, but the 20% of every income that came into our life, we were faithful to save that for 2 years, man. For 2 years, and so our baby was on the way. Then when the baby was on the way, COVID was happening. I think I just had this like mental thing that I somehow stopped saving the other 10%. So we kept tithing, and we still tithe. But then all this other 20%, we never saved it no more. So our baby is almost one now. Our baby will be one in a month, actually. And so we've had a year of not saving. And I think this is where my pain point is coming up. And I'm really getting to like really, really feel it when I'm coming back to these ideas. I'm like, bruh, I did this for 2 years because we had like 2 years in marriage, and then in the second year, I think, we had our baby, and then now we'll be 3 years in marriage, and for like this entire year, we just haven't saved. All that extra money was going into just a bunch of needs, man, baby needs, household needs, and always. In fact, this is the year that I've been thinking, because now we had our son. I've just been feeling like I have to like all the cash that I get has to somehow like come into the house. And so like that's a thing, man. That's a thing. Um, a pain point that I'm sharing with the world. It's so creepy. But when we come back to this idea and the thing that I was doing and we were doing together 2 years ago, you pay yourself first, okay? That every money that you get is yours to keep. So let's check out again. So every gold piece you save is a slave to work for you, and every copper it earns is a child that can work for you, man. You see, like this is some powerful ideas. Some powerful ideas. When you think about your children, you're saving these children. Um, this another thing. Let me just go there. So let me just go there, and I might have wrote it in my in my journal, but I don't know where. It's just been thinking so much. Mm, wow, what do I want to say? Mm, hmm. I think this is it. So yeah, I think this is it. All right. So yeah, I think yes. Let's talk about here. Control Shift H. So yesterday, I lost in thought. I thought, what are some types of incomes? Surely it cannot just be salary only. And I came up with wages, commissions, interest, dividends, government payouts, loans, passive income. And I thought, whoa, you can actually start by increasing your personal finance for you. This is not what I wanted to say. So yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about. The idea that I want to talk about is the idea of sorry, let me just put this down. Each one is creativity in your personal finances. So, so I was watching an architect on YouTube yesterday, and he has taken charge of his marketing, and he said it is so interesting that creative types have been taught how to be creative and problem solve in creative ways, but forget that you can use this creativity even in thinking about your business and how to solve problems. Creativity does not stop there. You can employ the same tools to take your business to the next level. And Jim Rohn, when he was talking about the 7 keys to financial strategies for wealth and happiness, was we want to master financial independence. And then he brought this idea that is in the Richest Man in Babylon, that you want to put outside 10% of your income, and this 10% of your income will 100% go into your growth, into your life, into things that you want to do financially. And so the question was, you want to charge this 10% to work for you, right? And I think he asked you how many, like, what can you do, or how can you employ this coin that you have? And man, you can really get creative. If there's so many types of incomes, surely you can really get creative and employ your coin in so many different ways. You can make your coin, you can rent out your coin to the bank so that you can receive an interest every month. You can take your coin and employ it in a business that gives you money after every every month or every quarter. You can take your coin and trade with it, buy something for cheap and selling something at a higher price. There are so many creative ways where you can take your coin and start thinking about that 10%, that 10%. Like, how can I increase that 10%? And yeah, so it got me. It got me good. I thought, I also have creativity to think about other things in my life, yet I'm not implementing them. For example, when I save up my 10% of a year, I can employ that child to work for me to bring back money. And you know the best part? The best part is there are so many business ideas that I could implement. Why? Because of creativity. So, I mean, but this is just like a bunch of stories. Let me tell you another story from yesterday. So I think number one hallmark of maturity when dealing with your financial independence is the realization that your needs will never, ever go down. So you must always increase your ability to earn. Right. So this ability to increase your ability to earn are also two ideas that are one in the Jim Rohn book and also in The Richest Man in Babylon. Let's look at I must have saved that okay. Mm. I like this part where I think the richest man told told these guys that there's a part of mine, a part of all I earn is mine to keep. Say it in the morning when you first arise, say it at noon, say it at night, say it each hour of the day, say it to yourself until the words stand out like letters of fire across the sky. A part of all I earn is mine to keep. A part of all I earn is mine to keep. And I remember this statement opening up like this new place of ideas and imagination in my life. And I'm like, bro, a part of all I earn is mine to keep. I mean, think about it. Um, I have been doing it all wrong. I have been thinking everything I earn is mine to spend. No, but there's actually a part of it I have to keep it. A part of it is my baby, and you don't throw out your baby. This thought is so powerful, bro, that when you really, I like this image, when you really start thinking about, like, if a part of it is yours to keep, then it is your duty in life to keep a part of what you earn. It's the same way it's your duty to keep your child, the same way it's your duty to keep your um to keep your coin, right? To keep your coin every single day. And right, so let me find something about learning. Um Here I was talking about how desires always grow. Let's find look at this. This is also something I want to do. So this then is the second cure for a lean pass. Budget the expenses that thou mayest have coins to pay for thy necessities, to pay for your enjoyments, and to gratify your worthwhile desires without spending more than 9/10 of your earnings. This is such a powerful thing, thought to have on a journey to financial independence, because materialism is such a thing in the 21st century. I mean, I don't know if, like, I'm sure that materialism wasn't such a thing, back in Babylon times. But the heart of man stays the same, you understand? So, like, right now, there's so many ways to spend your money. There's so many ways that can spend your money. I remember when I was in the city and I was working as a creative, and every single time I could earn, so I do a job and I earn and I link up with my friends. There's something that wants to spend my money. Either they want us to go out, either there's like just like something necessary for me to do, like buy clothes or buy food or buy whatever. When I meet up in town, like buy coffee or buy. I started thinking, whoa, there are just so many things to spend your money. So like, what's the solution? You could say, okay, fine, I will never ever ever spend this money. I'll just like stay at my house and not go out because I don't want to spend this money. Or you could say, okay, fine, like, there's no cure for this. I'll just go out and spend and be broke. But then the solution is that you budget your expenses and you only spend what is necessary. This is powerful. Um, yeah. So I tell you, my students, so this is another lesson from the Rich Dad series that I read like 13 years ago. I tell you, my students, a man's wealth is not in the coins he carries in his purse. It is the income he buildeth, the gold stream that continue floweth into his purse and keepeth it in always bulging. And I think how the Rich Dad says it, I had even crammed it when I was in high school. That I think it was financial knowledge is not how much money you make, but how much money you keep and how that money works for you. I remember just thinking a lot about how much money you keep and how it works for you. And I always wondered, why can't I keep this money? I want to find a place where he talks about learning. Uh, right. Oh, yeah. So here, right. This is first. So I think the more wisdom we know, the more. All right. So let's talk about this. This is also another thing. that really influenced me yesterday from the book The Richest Man in Babylon. He said the more wisdom we know, the more we may earn. That man who seeks to learn more of his craft will be richly rewarded. And he talked about learning, why learning is so important. Yeah, here. That's the seventh cure. Sorry, man, I'm just all over the place. I'm also really excited and motivated. So, thus, the seventh and last remedy for a lean pass is to cultivate your own powers, to study and become wiser, to become more skillful, so as to act as to respect yourself. Thereby shall you acquire confidence in yourself to achieve your carefully considered desires. Think about it. So this was very powerful to me. It was just also this one also hit me like a pile of bricks. Um, the last remedy is to cultivate your own powers and to become just a more cultured person, to study, to become wise, to become more skillful, to understand finances, how they work. And so, like, there's nothing like a silly or a stupid rich person. Like, these people are sharp, they take time to understand their income, their expenses, politics, culture, human relations, influence, communication, leadership, management, and all these skills that somehow seems um, like the how to get rich crowd doesn't talk about. These skills are so important because you acquire confidence in yourself to achieve what you carefully consider your desires, man. I this always do the affairs of man change and improve, because keen-minded men seek greater skill, that they may better serve those upon whose patronage they depend. So, like, affairs of people get better because they're keen-minded men who are trying to be better at their craft, trying to be better at their financial knowledge, financial independence, trying to be better at their leadership, trying to be better at their marriages, trying to be better at their health, and all these type of things, and so that they can better serve those who depend on them. And this was so powerful, and also just another testament why another way, or another reason, or another um the thing that makes you become rich is learning learning. All right. So many things. Let me go back to some of my journal thoughts, and talk about yeah. So you must always increase your ability to earn. And how do you increase your ability to earn? You learn. You learn, you learn, you learn, you learn, you learn, you learn. You learn, you learn, you learn, you learn, you learn. Ah, okay. So I thought a lot yesterday while reading The Richest Man in Babylon. While those people were talking about luck, they started talking about, and people would share their experiences. The cloth merchant talked about how he was lucky and picked a purse that had 2 shekels, and they had a whole conversation about some of their failures and experiences where they never actually experienced the goddess called luck. And the conclusion was that luck favors men of action. This is a very um, interesting place in this book that really influenced me, my thinking, my thoughts, my perceptions, and also gave me a lot of confidence even in coming through and putting together this leadership thing. Um, I think in chapter 4, they talked about luck, and this man would stand up, another a merchant who was selling um, uh, who traded in animals, sheep, camels, and horses. He talked about how luck escaped him because he procrastinated in paying. And they talked about procrastination, how it creeps up in all men. And he said that he feels like if he had just acted, he would have made that money by the morning. but he did not act. There's even a quote in the book that men, yeah, so let's talk about that. That was really, look at this. So this is a quote from the book, especially about procrastination. So I must say more apt to change our minds when right than wrong. Wrong, we are stubborn indeed, but right, we're prone to vacillate and let opportunity escape. It was like when men and sons of men are right. When we are wrong, we're stubborn. No, but when you are right, you ponder on it, you wonder if you're doing something wrong, if you should wait a little bit. What do you think about this thing and stuff? And they say the spirit of procrastination is within all men. We desire riches, yet how often, when opportunity doth appear before us, the spirit of procrastination from within urges various delays in our acceptance. Man, and it was just so relevant in my life. I could see this when an opportunity comes, and you hesitate to take on that opportunity. And we're going to talk about opportunity because that is something also came up. um, the habit of needless delaying where action was required. Action, prompt, and decisive. So, men need to have action pronto. Action pronto. So must every man master his own spirit of procrastination before he can expect to share in the rich treasures of Babylon. Oh man, so bruh, if we're just going to be thinking about ideas, thinking about ways to increase our coin, and we are beaten down by the spirit of procrastination, then we'll never ever enjoy the richest treasures that are available out there. So, what is the solution? The solution is that we need to be men of action. Good luck can be enticed by accepting opportunity that attracts good luck to oneself. It is necessary to take advantage of opportunities, and we're going to talk about that because that also was a big influence to me. Opportunities come to all these men. Let's talk about this. This is powerful. This is a powerful thought. I thought this is a powerful thought for me, especially, and some of the things that I've been thinking about, even from the Bible. And we're going to just jump into my journal. I'm going to talk about that. Opportunities come to all these men. Some grasp theirs and move steadily to the gratification of their deepest desires, but the majority hesitated, faltered, and fell behind. Let's just underline that word opportunity. We're going to come back to it. Um, all right, so they're getting into the five laws of gold, but here they're talking about opportunity. How to get lucky is to accept opportunity. Whew. How to get lucky is accept opportunity. So let me tell you what I thought and wrote about that. And all right, so from here, right? So Control Shift H. Okay, fine, cool. Think about Notion. Okay, fine, whatever, man. So, anyways, I thought a lot about the idea that time and chance is given to them all. And now, the reason I thought about time is because Mr. Jim Rohn talked about everybody has 24 hours. All of us have 24 hours. Nobody has more than 24 hours. No one has less. Every single person in the world has 24 hours. And when he said that, I remember this verse, time and chance is given to them all. And I was pondering about it, just chance. How about chance? What do you mean chance is given to them all? Time is given to everyone. Also, chance is given to everyone. And but like, what does that mean? And so yesterday, so remember, so I had been pondering about that. So yesterday, when I read the chapter in chapter 4 about how to get lucky, is to take up every opportunity. This idea just came so strong. It was like a revelation. Our pastor's been teaching us about revelation in church on Sunday. It was like a new awakening. So um, I thought, what could this chance be? And then I learned that it is opportunities. Right, this is what I learned. What chance is opportunities. And I asked myself, is it possible to see opportunities, and what does it look like? And so I was in the shop, I picked up a piece of paper really, really quickly, and I started writing, what are opportunities? And I wrote an education, rain, sunshine, speech, movement, intellect, community, internet, gifts, and talents. And let me see what I wrote here. Here I was trying just to write what I wrote on my piece of paper. What is an opportunity? An education is an opportunity. The opportunity for the ability to get an education is an opportunity. It opens your mind to new things, to new people, to new ways of doing things, to innovation. That is an opportunity that is available to you today. Like, the opportunity for education, for learning is available to you today. What could you get with education? So much. You could connect with people, you could inspire people, you could get new ideas for your income, for your finances, for your family, for your culture, for changing your life, for your dressing. Ah, so much. And it exists. This is free. It's almost free. Like learning, or maybe instead of education, I can say learning is free. Rain is an opportunity. I've never thought about that. Rain is an opportunity. That, oh, it's raining. What can we do with the rain? What can we harness with the rain? Maybe we could plant. We could make a dam. We could do something. It's an opportunity. And it's so interesting because it happens for everyone. Everyone experiences this opportunity called rain. It is not limited to one person. Another one is sunshine. Sunshine is an opportunity. It gives us the gift of earth. They say that the sun, our star, is the life-giving force of this planet, right? And it makes plants grow. It gives us solar energy. There's so much, and this is free. No one can take this away from you. Almost everyone has sunshine. Oh, no, actually, almost everyone has sunshine. You know, the ability of speech. Almost everyone has the ability of speech. What can you do with speech? What can you talk? Can you learn how to speak? Can you bruh, I just was saying, yes, indeed, this is an opportunity. um Ability of movement, that you can come from one place and you can move to another place, is an opportunity that is mostly available to almost everyone, unless people who are challenged. But if you're not, the ability of movement is an opportunity for you, that you can move, you can go somewhere else, you can start afresh, you can meet new people. Amazing. Intellect is an opportunity that is given to all mankind. All sons of men have a capacity for intellect. Of course, some people are gifted and some people are like geniuses and they get these things very quickly, but majority of us have the same intellect. We could reason, we could learn, we could understand, we could adapt new practices. Bruh, intellect is an opportunity, it's a chance that is given to all men. Another thing is a community. A community, the people who are around you, people who are in church, the people who you have access to, your pastors, your peers, your mentors, your neighbors. These people are generally available to almost everyone. Has a community, unless it's a special case, but almost everyone has a community. An internet connection. I thought about how in the 21st century and moving onwards, like the internet, technically the internet is free. Um, Access to the internet is the expensive thing, but technically the internet is just an interconnection of computers, and anyone can take advantage of that. Remember, even yesterday I was telling my wife that in truth, actually, I watched a video that transformed how I think about this, about Linux. The time I wanted to start going open source, this man I was watching online, he talked about being an internet tenant and an internet landlord. So if you're going to create everything on something like Facebook or Google or Twitter or Medium, all this content you're creating on someone else's platform, and so you're an internet tenant. But you could be an internet landlord where you can own your home, your website, where you put your content on the internet, and like it calls you daddy. You are the landlord of that place. And he was really encouraging people, man, just be your own landlord. It's a way of starting how it's a way of thinking of getting more power to you. Own your place, own your data, own your content, and just stop giving it all for free away to all these places that you're a tenant. So technically, the internet is almost free, but I know access is not free. So that's a whole different thing. But yeah, that's an opportunity that's available for everyone. Me here in Kenya, I have the same access to the internet as someone who lives in a first world country, someone who lives in the United States. They have also access to this internet. It is such a levelizer. Um, like again, it's just this thought keeps coming up. Ability to access could be different, while for some places it could be expensive. There could be like government, VP, putting firewalls and everything, but on the most part, it's free. Gifts and talents. I thought about gifting. Some people are gifted, like I said, some kids are gifted. They're smart, smart kids. Some people are gifted in different things. Some people just are generally just strong. Others are faster. Others are creative, and um, others just have like an ability to connect with people. These are gifts and talents that are given to different people. And you know what? This is an opportunity. This was a very powerful thought, and a transformational thought to start thinking about time and chances given to everyone. And like it's true that all of you guys have 24 hours, and all of you guys have chances. So it's just a matter of thinking, okay, so which chances are exist, which chances, what chances exist for me even right now in my life. And I'm thinking and I'm feeling even right now, this is one of those things, one of those biggest takeaways for me in my life. And I said, yeah, oh man, what a thought, what a thought. Whew, what a thought. Could it be possible that there are countless opportunities in a single day out there, but I'm just not harnessing them because I have not appreciated what I have? If we all have chance and time, why is it that sometimes we don't take advantage of all the opportunities before us? This is a powerful thought in my life that seems to have just dropped out of nowhere. That's what I thought. But I remember thinking about this one time during studying the parable of the talents, which is one of my guiding parables in life and productivity. That talents might not just be money, it might be influence, it might be education, it might be savings, it might be inheritance, it might be a network. And there is so much that this thing called talent might be. A smart person would find ways to harness this one and apply it into their life. What an exciting thought! What an encouraging thought that all these opportunities exist just outside, and when we step out, I have a chance to activate all of it or most of it. Man, bro, I mean, that is so powerful when when you start thinking about opportunities, how opportunities exist. Even making this video and creating this content is an opportunity that's just lacking. It's just lacking out there on the interwebs, right? And could be an an opportunity to connect with a bunch of people. Could be an opportunity for me to grow my knowledge and my education. Could be an opportunity for me to become more impactful. And once you just start studying opportunities, you start seeing that there are a dime dozen. But why is it? Why is it? And this is maybe a question to myself. Why is it that sometimes I act as though I do not have chances, I do not have opportunities? Could it be that I have told myself opportunities need to come looking like a certain thing, or it need to come dressed a certain way for me to say, ha, opportunity? Do I need to see opportunity show up in front of my doorstep looking exactly like how I imagined it? Like, so for example, like me building a media platform, media studio, marketing agency, there's an opportunity, just come dressed as a client who has a suit and a briefcase and needs a logo for 1,000,000 shillings. Does it look like that? No, no, no. Such a powerful realization to know that opportunity will never look like the way you think about them in your mind. And so you want to unshackle how you think about opportunities, and you want to just stay open and stay aware that opportunities are lurking. They're lurking out there, and they want to be gotten. And when you go back to this quote, opportunities come to all these men. Some grasped theirs and moved steadily to the gratification of their deepest desires, but the majority hesitated, faltered, and fell behind. Huh! What a man! What an amazing, revolutionizing, transformative thought. Transformative thought. That's how I'm feeling actually. By the way, right now, I even wrote that in my journal. Um, yeah, I don't know why I wrote it, but I just feel like this amazing transformative energy. Right. So maybe I can finish reading this, and then I can also talk about this budget thing. Right. So yeah, so this lesson, The Richest Man in Babylon, reminded me that just like in personal development, working on financial independence is a daily thing that you need to show up and operate your expenses. I learned about the idea of keeping a ledger of my expenses and how the richest man in Babylon said that every single man needs a budget. But me, I have also started on and off to keep this thing called a budget. Ah, another pain point. Pain point and the pain point. Mm, another pain point, man. Right, so man, story time. I have kept a bunch of budgets in my life, on and off, and I know, right now I don't keep a budget. It's not that I don't want to. It's just that after a while, the effort. I hate the effort. Don't maybe hate is a big word, but I dislike the effort of keeping a budget. I used to keep one on an expense manager budgeting app, free app on Android, and I kept one for 6 months. I remember it was so mind blowing how I was seeing money come and live my life in ways that I had no idea what happened. And so I kept one, and after a while, it's just like the discipline to do it, kind of like just left me because it was such an effort every single day. At the end of the day, I have to sit down with a small piece of paper and like write a rough estimate of what I use. And it used to be like really, really little money, like 30 shillings, 40 bob, 60 bob, 70, 120. But I have to like write down a small list, and then I have to take my phone and transfer that information to my budgeting app, and that would be it. And the app would automatically give me like a budget at the end of the like of the not even at the like even after I'm done, I go back to the homepage. It has a graph of how much you spent so far on um all these different areas. It had like red for household, entertainment. As I said, my entertainment pie chart thing was so huge. I was like, bro, I need to change something. This is season also the transportation one, because I was traveling a lot, I was moving a lot, was more expensive even than what I was spending on like on learning, on education and things like that. So two ideas from keeping a budget that I'm also like trying to get back into, and I thought maybe this could be one of the things that I do in this page, or I might do later on. Um, One, Jim Rohn yesterday in the 7 strategies for wealth and happiness, he said You don't want to be one of those people who says, I don't know where it all went, right? You want to be one of those people who are aware where your finances went. And the only way you can do this is by keeping a budget. So you have to track your expenses, track your income, and then put that against what you need to be spending, and then just live accordingly. And in The Richest Man in Babylon, they talk about this, about the importance of a budget. And let me just it's very important. It's a so this is another thing actually, another big idea that I thought about. Gold in a man's purse must be guarded with firmness, else it be lost. Bruh, let's talk about that. No, I will lose it. Let me just look for the budget thing. Yeah, here. This then is the second cure for a lean purse. Budget your expenses that thou mayst have coins to pay for your necessities. Um, yeah, here. This is a big line. Keep working your budget and keep adjusting it to help you make it your first assistant defending your fattening purse. If you don't have a budget, if you don't have a strict budget, there's no way you're going to defend your expenses. No way. No way. Like I know. I'm a daddy, I'm a husband, I'm a creative, an entrepreneur. Like I know, man. If you don't have a budget, because now me, I see how I spend. Like I'm like, bruh, just okay, fine. They need it. They need it. My family needs this. I need this for X. You just making decisions on the fly and justifying it in your head. You understand? Like, okay, I need this expenditure. Why do you need it? I don't know. I justify it in my head. But if you keep a budget, it becomes your defense. Because bro, I may have a budget. I know the things that I need. I know these are some of my desires, and you have talk about your desires in your budget. And maybe this could be like two types of budget. You know that these are some desires that I want to get in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, the next 6 months, and the next 10. And there's no way I can go ahead and buy X and not buy Y. For example, like there's just no reason for me to buy like a 20,000 bob shoe and not buy that lens. It's so easy to buy the shoe and not buy that lens. I don't know if you get it, so crazy. It's like, and then after that, like, I need to get a lens, bro. I should have just saved and added and got me a lens. Problems, but about budgets. And yesterday when I was about budgets, I went back and I was looking because now I've done this before. It's not like the first time me keeping a budget, but I was just thinking and thinking and thinking, and I thought about so I want to create an Excel spreadsheet and not use one of those apps. So like what are some categories of expenses? And I started just looking. For income, like I told you, I came up with about like 10 incomes. I came with income is a salary, wage, loan, dividends, interest, gift and donations, and pocket money. It's just one thing. Commission, you can earn commission. Passive income from like YouTube or blogs or assets or rent or like rental property. Then selling your stuff, but you could sell things that you already own, phones, books. Like that's also like a way that you could get money. Then government payouts. I didn't even know this was a thing, but yeah, it could be a way of getting money. Governments do pay people, and some special groups. Like here's some money for you guys. This could be an income. Think about it. There's so many ideas for incomes. Why is it that you only have something like a salary, or why do you only have something like passive income, or why are you only getting dividends from your business? Then I contrasted that with my expenses, and I had expenses like about 12 categories of expenses. I had household, family, and personal. I had savings as an expense because it goes somewhere. I had travel and transportation, gifts and giving, loans and debts. Because, yeah, bro, I got a bunch of those now. Insurance and tax, because now also I got a bunch of those now. It's so interesting. It's like growing up. Entertainment, you know, Netflix and stuff. Education, courses, books, and subscriptions and stuff like that. Fun and leisure, vacation, restaurants, date nights. Healthcare, like hospital, medicine. Also gym. I thought gym is like in healthcare. Then miscellaneous. 12 places of where your expenditure might go. Bro, man, these are some powerful things. These are some powerful thoughts, some powerful key insights to get you started in thinking how you can proceed to change your life. How long have I been going? I wanna wrap up our leadership. Right, cool. So, man, that was amazing. We've come in today, and I wanna wrap up right now. And we just talked about the richest man in Babylon in today's leadership academy. I have a bunch of things that I'm working on the side that I'm going to share with you the progress in the next video or something. There's a chapter 1 in the 7 strategies in setting goals and having real goals. And I want to talk through some of those goals that I have and how they keep me active, motivated. And also I want to walk through 2 budgets. One is this normal budget that you can just get templates online, but I want to do it on Google Sheets. So I might record that process too and just like embed it. And then I want to create another budget, which is like a dream budget, a 2-year budget, a 5-year budget. What do I want to get? Because I want to get a bunch of stuff. I want to get a nice home office setup, man. I want to get like a microphone and a sound card. I want to get a bigger monitor. I want to get a better lens. I just a bunch of things. Those are some of the things that I want to get for myself. So I mean, there's a budget for life and things that I'm trying to do and things I'm trying to get. And from what we have learned from the richest man in Babylon, you don't want to leave those things to chance, and you want to take those things and be very, very proactive with them. I'm so excited, just about this opportunity of just coming in, doing this together. It's been such an amazing process, just to know that we can do this, that we can learn, we can grow together, and I want us to keep doing this and to keep growing as leaders. This is a powerful way to do this morning process. There's so many things that I want to include in this leadership academy in my morning routine. There's so many other things that I want to increase or to add into this morning routine. But the problem is, like, maybe I need to start way, way early and make them very long so that I can capture the entire morning routine. There are things like devotion that I'm trying to get into. There are things like planning the day, planning the week that I'm trying to get into. I saw on YouTube somebody did a plan with me type session. I was like, whoa, people do this. Yeah, that's my type of crowd, bro. All right, I'm excited. Thank you for watching. Let's go after that. Let's kill it. Let's maintain this good energy and see you when I see you, which is tomorrow. All right, let's go.